getting ready and they burning our books. They banning our books. Buy the books yourself. I'm just about through. I love everyone here. God bless you. Thank you, my aunt and uncle in the house. Thank you for coming out. My friends over here, friends who come. Amen. Thank you all. Again, I hope that I've said something. I didn't even do my message. Y'all see these papers? I didn't do my message. But I hope a message went through. Amen. I hope that we understand that we have and we can be hopeful. Amen. And we can make a change. Yes, we can. Yes, we will. Yes, we need to. Amen. All right. Michelle Brown Bowman and Mr. Peter Williams.
Wonderful sermon. Yes.
Since she likes Michael Jackson, we're going to do this song. You and I must make a pact. We must bring salvation back. Where there is love, I'll be there. I'll reach out my hand to you. I have faith in all you do. Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name and I'll be there. I'll be there to protect you with an unselfish love that protects you. Just call my name and I'll be there. Don't you know, baby, yeah, yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there whenever you need me. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name and I'll be there.
Thank you, Sister Cheryl and Brother Peter. Let's put our hands together for that wonderful song. And let's put our hands together for our very own Dr. Reverend Niana Tumpe for today's message. It put me in a different frame because sometimes looking back takes you back. And I try to stay and live in the power of the present because the present gives you possibility. The past entrenches you in what has been. And before you know it, what you focus on is the very thing that manifests in your life. So we thank you for that walk down history lane. And one of the things, as I sat there, I remember I'm probably I'm the last generation that was born under Jim Crow. Toupe, you was born under Jim Crow. It ended around 1960, and 1965 was the official ending. But I think we don't realize what that means. So Jim Crow came after the period of the Reconstruction. And then when they withdrew the troops from the South, there was a great migration where many people of African descent left Mississippi, Alabama, the southern states, went to the north, the northeast. My family migrated up to Chicago. And so when I came to St. Louis, I can feel it's like being down south. Although many St. Louisans believe that they're from up north, this was the last state that actually withdrew or changed. They didn't necessarily change the mindset. So what we have to understand is this country has never really operated out of love. It was out of forced obligations. And then when it was withdrawn, and the South put the Jim Crow laws into enactment, even saying that we can be separate but equal. And I'm all right with being separate as long as I'm treated equally. And to be treated equally does not mean waiting on someone to treat you. It's how you treat yourself. So I just want to thank you this morning, Toupe, for that short walk. We have 400 and what? 5 years of enslavement under the oppressive system. And then we had another 1,200 years that came before that under the enslavement of the Arab influence. So it's really been a relatively short period of time that we as a people have been physically free. But many who are physically free are still emotionally tethered, mentally tethered to what has happened to them in the past. So here at the Divine Center, we are a New Thoughts church, and we deal with the power of the mind, and we like to sometimes step back into the reality of what's influencing the minds of those who are here. So if you're here this morning, we welcome you. We teach a message of love. Not only we teach a message of love, but we teach a message of transformation that says you are more powerful than you've been led to believe. I think if you've done a course in miracles, you have Marianne Williamson who makes that comment. So as a man thinketh, so shall he be. The African never thought of him or herself as a slave. They always realized that they were enslaved. But the narrative that came down historically is that we were slaves. And so we need to change that. We were never slaves. We were enslaved. So this morning, I pray something was said to you that was uplifting, encouraging, and inspiring. We're at that portion of our service where we give you the opportunity to sow into this ministry. If this ministry has been of value to you this morning in days that have gone by, you have the opportunity where you could participate. If you're here in the sanctuary, one of our ushers are moving around and providing you with envelopes. If you're on Facebook, YouTube, you can join in the offertory this morning by going to the website and finding the most appropriate way to transmit what you have or transmute what you have here to the ministry. So we do it this way. Take in your hand an imaginary seed. Now, you're not making this because we have a need. You're making this because you're understanding a universal principle, and that principle is give and it shall be given to you. Pressed down, shaken together, shall the windows of heaven be opened up unto you. That is, the universe will expand and flow into your life. So repeat after me. In my hand, I hold my seed. I'm sowing my seed, not for greed. I sow my seed, not for need, but I align with universal principles. So as I release it, I relinquish it. And we give prayer and power to those who receive it, that they will steward it to do what needs to be done. And so it is. Circulate circulate, circulate. Thank you.
Could we have our doxology, please? God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. God is my source. God is my power. Thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. Would you close your eyes, please, for a short meditation on everything we need? A meditation on love. And as you prepare yourself, you may want to start by setting an intention. There may be something that you're moving on in this moment, at this time and place. You may need clarity, more clarity with it. You may need more focus, more motivation, more drive. So feel free to set an intention. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to grow more peaceful. Allow love to infuse your emotions. With your soul's love pouring through you, let soul love radiate out to everyone you know. Ask for and receive whatever healing you need, whatever expansion or growth that will increase your ability to receive and radiate love. Divine love is now radiating through you, lifting, restoring, connecting, and empowering all life that needs divine love, that has been asking for it, and that is open to receiving it. Let me say that again, because in there is a formula that always works in life if you use it. You allow divine love to radiate through you to lift, restore, and connect and empower all life. And you ask for what it is that you want. And you are open to receiving it. And you are open towards doing all that you can to achieve it, knowing that God will use his power of serendipity to make sure it is acquired, received, given. Release your feelings into the law, knowing that your desire already is. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Jesse Jackson died recently after living an extremely public life in service to his people. No one is perfect, and nobody's family is either. it took courage to be Jesse Jackson every day of his life, and we should thank him. He was an important part of our awakening from Jim Crow. Something else interesting happened last week. The Supreme Court told Trump, you can't unilaterally set trade duties, tariffs, and wield them like your little personal knife, manipulating people to do whatever you want them to do in the world. 6-3, they said no, including 3 of the people that are as conservative can be. They said, no, you can't overstep the Constitution. But he had anticipated that might happen, and as you know, he's found another little law over here that he says, well, I'll just put a blanket. First it was 10 and immediately went to 15% additional on everything. In other words, he said to the Supreme Court, in fact, he told them that they had lost it, that they should be ashamed of themselves, the Supreme Court. And that'll take another 2 years, another 4 years to litigate through the courts. And we're going to have somebody that realizes they can do whatever the heck they want. And they are. One last thought. Be truthful, not neutral. And I wish I had time to read this. But in essence, it's from a New Thought perspective. One of the points it makes is that man is the expression of God's being. We are God's agents on planet Earth. But the point they're trying to make was that Jesus Christ was not neutral. You know, we see things going on and we say, oh, I can't do anything. I can't do it. I'm afraid to speak up. It might. There's no such thing as neutrality. Jesus was not neutral. When confronted with false motives or rhetoric, he called them out. Referring to the hatred and jealousy of the Pharisees, Jesus said, you are of your father, the devil, evil, and the desires of your father, evil. You want to do. There's no truth in him. When he speaks a lie, he speaks from his own resources, for he is a liar and the father of it. In contrast, Jesus assured us all, for all time, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. And then we get to decide whether we're going to act on that or not. Amen. So it is. As is our tradition, I need to ask everyone to immediately rise to your feet and come down before the altar and hold hands. Everyone, please. We want to love on you. Each Sunday, we look into each other's eyes. And we sing a song of promise. A promise of what we will be and do until we meet again a week from today. Cheryl isn't here, so let me quickly read the words because they're important. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.